everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Real Producers Partners podcast. I'm Ken Tucker with I'm Ken Tucker with Changescape Web, and today I'm joined by Ashley Vander Meulen, who is president of Compass Inspection Services. Welcome, Ashley.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thanks so much. Excited to talk to you and learn more about your business. So you're based in the New Orleans area. That's correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about your business and yourself, and why did you decide to get started?
So I've been doing home inspections for 20 years for another company, and I just decided it was time to go out on my own and try to build something for myself rather than for somebody else.
Okay.
I um, a little bit about Compass. The customer is at the heart of the company. It's really important to me that folks kind of understand what they're buying, and I try to use all of my experience at every inspection to help folks make an informed decision.
I noticed you have a couple of different things that I think are a little different from my perception of what a typical home inspector does, and that is you've got experience with stucco and also with infrared. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Yeah. So I am a stucco expert. When I received my training as a home inspector in 2001, I also received a certification as a stucco inspector, and as such, I'm actually now a stucco expert in the area.
Hmm.
So I have increased in knowledge tremendously and in experience there, just with different opportunities offered throughout the New Orleans area. And then thermal imaging was something that I actually started doing after Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
It kind of made me a moisture expert. The thermal camera is incredibly helpful for finding moisture and electrical issues. It does
Hmm.
it faster than anything I've ever used. It's a great tool to have in the bag to sort out what's leaking, what's not, what's hot, what's not, and then with that info we can kind of pinpoint the problem, and that totally allows folks to move forward with solving an issue. So very often we get calls after a lot of folks have gone out and they just can't figure out where this water's coming from. But the
Yeah.
thermal camera allows me to trace it and more identify the source.
Yeah. It's amazing technology. I mean, it's almost uh, like being able to do an X-ray on your home. I mean, it's like the next best thing, where you can't see through walls, but the thermal can.
Yeah, it can, and it creates a silhouette of the wall framing, so it works well for identifying termite cartons. It does it well as long provided it's not a New Orleans hot summer day, because the temperature of a termite is a little bit hotter than our body temperature, which New Orleans summers are close to 100 degrees. So
Right.
for the thermal camera to work, you got to have a thermal gradient.
Yeah.
It has to have different temperatures through the wall to find it. But I've had success finding termite cartons and moisture issues and overheating in the wall cavity, and X marks the spot. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Wow. Cool. So my understanding is you're vice chair of the Louisiana State Board of Home Inspectors. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All
That's
right.
correct.
Awesome.
That's
Cool.
yeah. The governor appoints us to 4-year terms,
Oh,
and
really?
I'm actually at the end of my term now. But it's been a wonderful way to give back to the industry that's really given me so much over the past 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. So, when did you start your business?
Actually, it's very new. We just started in December of 2021. So
Oh, okay.
I am very new and looking for new opportunities and ways to promote the business. And this is actually my first podcast.
All right. Cool. Well, but I mean, like you said, you've got over 20 years of experience. So even though your company's new, you know, obviously have a lot of experience that you can draw from. What would you say separates you from everybody else out there doing home inspections?
I would say experience and passion and knowledge. I don't always land on the right answer, but I'm certainly trying very hard
Yeah.
to land on the right answer and help folks make a better choice for them. I can provide the information, and that allows them to make a informed decision.
How many inspections do you think you've done over your career?
I think I'm approaching 11,000.
Wow,
Yeah, that
that's a
seems.
lot. That's amazing. So you, when I mean, you've talked about thermal. Is there anything that you do in terms of a deliverable that you provide? I mean, can you take photos of the thermal images that you see, or do you take other photographic, um, evidence to show issues of problems or potential problems?
Yeah, I do. I create a report after I do the inspection, and that report is sort of a 8 to 10 page summary of what I found. And in that summary, I give directions on where to go based on what I've seen. If the water heater doesn't work, I'll offer a cost of, $1,200 to $2,000 to replace the water heater. If it's something in the plumbing system that I can't quite figure out, we'll recommend a plumber
Okay.
come out after our inspection.
Okay. What do you wish everybody understood about your job?
Boy, that's a big ask. The one thing I guess is we're human just like everyone else, and we may find most of the problems, but I don't know that we're going to find them all. And it's not what I see that bothers me; it's what I miss that that often can create issues and worries for us because I'm part of the process. I'm not the entire process.
Yeah. I mean, in the climate we've been in, with, you know, home sales, how fast they're going, a lot of cash offers. And, I've even heard, people waiving inspections. Um, what do you think? First of all, how big of a risk is that to somebody? And second of all, is there a common perception out there that you want to kind of dispel about what people might think about your industry?
Yeah, so the pressure is put on the home inspection industry to find all of the problems with the house in a short period of time, and it's not realistic. We absolutely can help the process tremendously. We're a large contributor, and waiving it, you're just taking an enormous risk because you're in a hurry to buy a house. It's an emotional process. You're tied. The biggest advantage a home inspector offers is, we're there working for our client for a fee, and we're completely unbiased. We have no attachment to the sale, no attachment to the seller, no attachment to the buyer. We're there trying to earn our fee and help folks make decisions. So
Yeah,
the agents can press and say, well, the home inspector is going to find everything wrong. Don't worry. That's not entirely true. That's certainly the gist of what we're trying to do. And believe me, I try to do that on every inspection. And if I'm catching 95%, I feel like I've had a great day.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I've got to think that there should just be peace of mind for everybody.
Well, that's one of the big benefits. It just helps. It helps with peace of mind and just paints a more realistic picture of what these folks are getting themselves into.
Yeah. Do you do inspections after somebody's purchased a home?
Not usually after. On occasion, the sellers will actually hire us to go through to give them an idea of what a home inspector may find.
Okay.
And sometimes they disclose our reports. Sometimes they don't. But it's good information.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even if somebody has a house or a house that they've lived in for 20 some odd years, they don't, I mean, is it common that they might reach out to you just to see, first of all, are there any opportunities to save money on energy costs because you might be able to help them identify, energy leakages or things like that, or just a general review of the state of the house and let them know what may need to be repaired coming up.
Yeah, so we don't do a lot of that.
Okay.
The thermal camera would help with energy efficiency because it would pick up on air leakage around a door, at a window, and those things help with energy efficiency. But home inspectors are not energy auditors. That's typically a different process. But if a homeowner is going to sell the property, we can come in and perform the same inspection we would for the buyers, and that'll paint a very good picture of the condition of the home.
Yeah. So what's the craziest thing you've seen during an inspection?
So two things. I remember seeing a 16-foot snake skin in an attic.
Wow.
And I was like, man, I hope I don't run into that snake, because it was unbelievable.
Wow.
I had to stop in my tracks. I saw it out the corner of my eyes, and I was thankful my feet stayed on the wheeling joists, because
Yeah. Yeah.
I swear I leapt when I saw it.
Wow. Wow.
And then in New Orleans, under a house, we found a semi-automatic rifle. I didn't touch it. As soon as I came across it, got out of the crawl space and told the agent we need to call the police, and they came out and took the gun away. That was crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah. 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 I don't think I would have dealt very well with either one of those two situations.
Yeah.
So what's the craziest thing you've done during an inspection?
Oh my gosh. So it's important to look in the oven before you test it.
Okay.
When I first, I was probably 2 weeks into the business, and I tested the broiler on an oven, and innocent enough, but unfortunately the lady stored cat food in it. So a minute or two into the thing, the broiler lights and smoke starts billowing out of the oven, and I completely froze. I managed to open the oven and grab the it was on a platter, so I'm holding a platter of flaming cat food. And in that case, I started just walking around. There was an island in the kitchen, and I started walking around the island, and I froze. That was just a bad choice. And thankfully for me, the homeowner was home that day. She walked down the hall when she smelled the smoke, and she walks into the kitchen, and she just goes, "Son, I'm going to open this door. I'd appreciate it if you'd walk outside." And as soon as I got outside in the fresh air, I got my wits about me, and I just processed what had happened to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. So yeah, so needless to say, I open the oven all the time now.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Wow. So as a relatively new business, what have you done in terms of marketing strategy to kind of help you launch and build your business?
So we've partnered with Real Producers.
Okay.
It's a great magazine here locally. It focuses on the top 20% of the industry, and we're going to have an ad in there. They have socials that we go to and just meet folks. And the most unique thing I'm doing is my mother-in-law makes the best chocolate chip cookies in the world. So I have her making 50 a week for me, and we're bringing them to real estate agent offices with cards on them, and that's been what we've tried, and we're sponsoring some agent events, going to some luncheons, and really just trying to get in front of folks to say hello, and this is what we do, and we'd love to help you.
Yeah.
But it is hands down the hardest part of the business. I don't know how real estate agents do it, because they have to do that 24/7. I enjoy the inspection process. The marketing has been tough.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you're going about it in a very smart way. word of mouth marketing is always one of the very best ways to get started, and building relationships, and building referral relationships as well. So yeah, I mean, I do digital marketing, so this is kind of what gets me excited, and you know having a Google My Business page where people can go write reviews, is really critical as you're going to be building your business. Online reviews are just super important. They help you show up in the map results. They are great for social proof, and people rely on them to make decisions. So
Well, yeah, that's one of the things we're learning is about digital marketing. Marketing. I guess I'm a little old school in that regard, but we do have a Google My Business, and we've managed to accumulate 13 or so 5-star reviews so far. So
awesome.
so far so good.
Yeah,
It's been a little bit of try everything and kind of see what works, but it's expensive to try everything.
it is expensive to try everything. Absolutely. So let's see here. What do you like to do for fun?
So when I'm not working, because I guess my wife would call me a workaholic, I enjoy sailing.
Okay.
I have a catamaran that I keep on the beach in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and I try to go over there as often as I can. They have 6 or 8 races a year
Hmm.
where we sail around the Gulf Coast to the different islands off the coast. And I also have friends here at Southern Yacht Club, and we sail on Wednesday nights. And on occasion, I manage to get on a big boat on the weekends.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds amazing. I'm not sure how well I would do with it. I'd have to take a lot of Dramamine or whatever the equivalent is, but it sounds like a blast. I mean, when I do get on a boat, it's always just a rush. I mean, it's so exhilarating.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, no, it is. It is incredibly exhilarating, and I love being on the water. It's just so peaceful.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, what's the best way that our listeners and watchers could help you and your business at this point in time?
Give me a call, book an inspection.
Okay, or connect you up with some really good realtors, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. If the listeners know folks in New Orleans or folks are moving to New Orleans, I'm happy to help and look forward to working with new folks. Yeah, the real estate agents are the core of the business. They refer. Everybody refers folks they like, and
right.
I was in sales many years ago, and folks do it. That hasn't changed. Folks do business with people they like.
Yep.
And it's incredibly important to do that networking and meet folks, and let them make up their own minds on you, and certainly give me an opportunity to show my experience, and hopefully prove my worth as an inspector, and help folks out along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And get some chocolate chip cookies.
The cookies are worth the trip. Out of everything I'm doing, I get more compliments on the cookies than anything else.
Yeah. Well, my company has done a lot of work with painting contractors across the U.S. and I stumbled across a company it's called Apple Cookies. I think they're out of Pennsylvania, if I remember right. But anyway, they had a paint bucket that we could put our logo on and send cookies, to our new customers in a
Oh,
paint
wow.
bucket as a painter, and they loved it. So those kinds of things work really really well, and they're fairly inexpensive things to do, but they're different, and it allows people, you're trying to find a way to set yourself apart, and anything that you can do to differentiate yourself, and start to build that relationship, that know, like, and trust, like you mentioned,
Hmm.
it's just huge. So cool.
Yeah, yeah. Staying in front of folks and building relationships, I think, is well, hopefully, is the key, and certainly word of mouth. And someone once said, Ashley, you're only as good as your last inspection, so you just have to constantly hustle.
Yeah, absolutely. Ashley, is there anything else you want to talk about, or what's the best way for people to find out more about your business? Going to your website.
The website is the core of the business. To book the inspection, to learn a little bit more about me, and that will guide folks. And we have an Instagram page, Google My Business, and a Facebook page. So we're, as you can see, we're trying to do all spectrums and seeing what's working and what's not.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, give me a shot. Let's and an opportunity. Let's meet.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds awesome. Thanks so much, Ashley. I enjoyed talking with you.
Hey, I appreciate your time, and thank you so much.
All right.